Assalamualaikum class. The test we are doing today is the Ossazone test that is specified for the crystalline nature of the sugar. Once the sugar is identified, whether it is reducing, whether it has monosaccharide units or it has disaccharide units, whether it is aldo sugar or keto sugar, the final approach of the sugar analysis is to judge the sugar under the microscope, that is the crystalline nature of the sugar, how the sugar appears in microscope. For that purpose we will do Ossazone test. The reagents used for Ossazone test is phenyl hydrazine chloride, sodium acetate. Phenyl hydrazine chloride and sodium acetate I have taken in the test tube over there. I have taken 3 test tubes, test tube A, test tube B, test tube C, and about 0.2 grams of phenyl hydrazine chloride and 0.4 gram of sodium acetate I have placed in each test tube. So a test tube A, it is the combination of 0.2 gram of phenyl hydrazine chloride and 0.4 gram of sodium acetate. Likewise, test tube B and test tube C also contains these two chemicals in it. So the purpose for taking the 3 test tube is that we are going to analyze the 3 different solutions into the test tubes by reacting them with the phenyl hydrazine chloride and sodium acetate. The test tube A will contain the monosaccharide solution, or you can say the A solution. Test tube B will contain fructose solution, test tube A will contain glucose solution, and test tube C will contain solution C, which is of lactose sugar. So I have taken 3 test tubes for 3 type of solution: solution A, solution B, and solution C. Solution C will have lactose, solution B will have fructose, and solution A will have glucose in it. The fourth bottle or reagent you can see over there is the glacial acetic acid. Okay, this glacial acetic acid I will pour about 2 ml of glacial acetic acid in each of the test tube. So moving towards the procedure, we have taken 3 test tubes over there. One is for glucose, which is labeled as test tube A for solution A. Second is for fructose, which is labeled as test tube B for solution B. And third is test tube C for solution C, will have lactose sugar into it. These already have the phenyl hydrazine and sodium acetate into each. Now I will take 10 ml of each of the solution. One is glucose and fructose and lactose. You can take 5 ml also. You can take 2 ml also for color production, or you can take 2.5 ml, you can take 3 ml. Just you need to analyze the type of the sugar or the crystalline nature of the sugar. Devoid of these quantifications, you can take 2 ml, you can take 3 ml, you can take 5 ml. Now I am going to take 5 ml. First is of glucose in the test tube A, 3 ml, and then 2 ml. This is 5 ml of solution A, that is glucose. Washing of the dropper. Then it's turn for fructose or solution B. 5 ml of fructose solution in test tube B. And finally, in test tube C, I will take 5 ml of lactose sugar. Solution 3 ml and 2 ml. So you can see these are the 3 test tube. One is test tube A, test tube B and test tube C. Now this is the conjugation of phenyl hydrogen chloride, sodium acetate, and test tube A has glucose solution into it. Test tube B will have phenyl hydrogen chloride, sodium acetate and fructose solution into it. Likewise, test tube C will contain phenyl hydrogen chloride, sodium acetate and lactose sugar into it. Now you are going to mix it thoroughly, or you can say you need to dissolve the phenyl hydrogen chloride and sodium acetate by shaking the test tube vigorously. You can put on the thumb over the brim of the test tube and you can shake it vigorously. Definitely it will completely miscible in a boiling water bath. So this was the thorough mixing of the solutions. This is solution B, thoroughly mixed, and likewise solution A, thoroughly mixed. The next step is to add glacial acetic acid in each of the test tube, about 2 to 3 drops or 1 to 2 drops. So I will take glacial acetic acid and will pour into each test tube about 2 drops or 3 drops. In test tube A, 3 drops of glacial acetic acid. In test tube B, 3 drops of glacial acetic acid. And in test tube C, 3 drops of glacial acetic acid. Remaining solution in a bottle instead of disposing of. Washing off a dropper, covering the lid or the bottle and placing at the bag. Now you are going to place these 3 test tubes in a boiling water bath. With the help of forceps, we are going to place these test tubes with the labels into a boiling water bath. The boiling water bath condition will cause complete miscibility of these phenyl hydrogen chloride and sodium acetate into a given solution. After a few minutes, you can see a jelly-like appearance of the solution into a test tube. You will take that solution with the help of dropper. You will form the slide, microscopic slide. You will pour the solution from the test tube on a glass slide. You will place the cover slip. You will dispose of the extra liquid, or you can wipe off with the help of tissue, and you will observe these glass slides under microscope, and you can identify the type of sugar by the pattern of the sugar under the microscope. Like for glucose, the crystals will lie crisscross, crossing each other, and for lactose, the crystal will appear just like hedgehog shaped or pin cushion structure, like a cushion is there in which a lot of pins are immersed. So this is the type of crystal which is formed by the lactose sugar, and in case of glucose, the crystals are originating from the center, single center, but crisscross arrangements of the crystals are there. So mostly we ask you about the two distinctions One is about glucose, second is about lactose. The fructose will appear just like glucose in a crystalline form, just like the crisscross arrangement of the crystals will appear. So for distinguishing the sugars, we can use both the glucose and lactose, which can distinguish as a remarkable difference between these two. One, glucose will have the crisscross arrangement, needle-like shape, uh, crystals in it, and lactose will have the pincushion structure, or you can say hedgehog shaped crystal in it. So you can see the phenyl hydrogen chloride and sodium acetate along with glacial acetic acid will provide you this yellow jelly like, you can see the jelly like liquid into it. You will take with the help of dropper this jelly like liquid and you will make the glass slide for it. Okay class, after heating the solution into a boiling water bath, we will take the jelly like solution from test tube A and we will pour a single drop into it and we will place cover slip on a glass slide just like this. So I have taken the microscopic slide and I have poured single drop of the solution of the phenyl hydrogen chloride, sodium acetate, glacial acetic acid and glucose sugar, which was boiled in a boiling water bath for 10 minutes, and I have taken that jelly like substance and poured on a glass slide. Then I have covered this glass side or the drop of the solution with the cover slip. Now I am going to wipe off the excessive fluid that remained in a solution under cover slip, just like this. By placing the tissue paper or any absorbent at the end of the glass slide or cover slip, I can wipe off the excessive solution from a glass slide. Now I will take this glass slide under a microscope and will observe the type of crystal. Like this is the glucose slide or glucose solution slide. The crystal will be of crisscross arrangement, crossing each other by originating from a single center. So that was the procedure of slide making, how you can take the solution and how you can form the slide and how you will observe under a microscope by fine focusing. So that was all about your Osazone test that was done for to study the crystalline nature of a relevant sugar, whether it is glucose, fructose, mannose or lactose. Okay.